Happy Thursday. No props needed today. We are going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you do want to have little blocks or pillows underneath your knees, feel free to grab those. Otherwise, nothing you really need. We'll get right into it. So go ahead and come onto your backs. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. Trying to let your pelvis relax down into the support of the mat, letting the back of your head rest heavy. And then to begin, place one hand on top of your heart or on top of your belly, and then one hand on the floor. Okay? If it feels comfortable for you, allow your eyes to close. And see if for just a moment you can connect to both the physical. Feel the connection between you and the floor, holding you, grounding you. And the subtle connection to your breath, your energy, everything going on within you right now. Just see if you can start to let your breath slow down. Listen, drop into that breath. We're only 3 weeks now into 2021, and it already feels like a huge roller coaster of a year. So if you need a little more time today or through the rest of this week, just to take more time to drop in and do this connecting to yourself, this connecting to being grounded in the present moment, please take it. And from here, if it feels okay for your shoulders, just let your hands kind of sweep overhead. Shoulders should still rest pretty heavy, elbows relaxed. It's just this sort of big I surrender shape. I like starting out practice this way because it's just such a natural undoing of the hunching forward, the closing off we tend to do throughout the day. You're just feeling the expansion across your more vulnerable side, the belly, the rib cage, the heart space. Breathing into all of that. Let it open, let it soften. Take 2 more big full breaths here. And then we're going to take a big full body stretch. So start to straighten out your legs. Arms reach way overhead. Point your toes, flex your toes. And then let that release. Start to draw the knees into the chest. And start to rock side to side. A little massage for the lower back. So we're going to move a lot today. It's going to be a good, hopefully, well-rounded flow. And I'm sure you've heard other teachers talk about this, but it's hard to gauge the energy level of the class when you're not physically present teaching. So please, you're always your own best teacher. Please take the time you need to make this practice yours. So if I go too fast, if it's a pose that you don't want to do, you're welcome to not do it. Likewise, if you're like super high energy today and you want to jump back, float into handstand, whatever it may be, you're welcome to do that too. This is your time to practice for you. Okay, off my soapbox now. We're going to stretch our legs up towards the sky and then interlace your hands behind your head. Keep your elbows wide and keep your head resting in your hands, all right? We're never going to pull on the neck. We're going to hug the belly button down towards the spine so you feel that little transverse abdominal engagement. And then start to lift head and shoulders up towards your toes. Okay, from here we're just going to lower the left leg down to the ground, lift it back up, and then the right leg down. We're going with a little bit of core connection here. And then both legs are going to lower to about 45. You're going to pull your left knee in, twist, and then switch, take your right knee in, twist. And then last one, you're going to tuck both knees into this little cannonball shape. And then lower your head down, stretch your legs to the sky. Okay, we're going to try that whole sequence again. So, hug navel down towards the spine, and then lift head and shoulders up with the head rest heavy. Here we go, left leg comes down. Lift it up. Right leg down. Lift it up. Both legs to just about 45, and then pull the left knee in. Reach it out. Right knee in. Reach it out, and both knees in, tuck. Head down, relax your legs up to the sky. Let's go for one more of those. Here we go, lift your head and your shoulders. Left leg lowers, and up. Right leg lowers, and up. Both legs to 45. Left knee in, right knee in. And then a little cannonball tuck. Let's squeeze for an extra breath. And release. Okay, bring your hands out to just an airplane or T shape, so they're right out from your shoulders, and stack your knees right over your hips. And belly draws down towards your spine again, feel that core connection. We're just going to tip the knees over to the left, and then inhale, kick the heels out, and then exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, kick the heels out, and then exhale back to the left. Okay, this doesn't have to be a super hard movement. You can keep your knees a little higher if you want to make it easier. Just kind of want to stretch out the obliques, wake up the spine a little bit more. So we'll go for about 2 more to each side. Seeing if you can start to fire your breath up a bit, make it a little more active. All right, last one, each side. And then when you're done with that, draw the knees into the chest. One more here. We worked the front of the core, we're going to work the back of the core. So plant your feet down on the mat, hands down by your sides. We're going to find that little pelvic tuck, so tailbone reaches towards the heels, and then press into the feet, lift the hips up to the sky. We're going to go for a single leg bridge. So walk your right foot a little closer to the center, and then reach left leg up to the sky. Now you're welcome to just stay here and work on pushing into the right foot to lift the hips. If you want a little bit more, we're going to dip the hips down and then lift them up. And then 2 more like that. Inhale down, exhale lift. And 1 more inhale down. Really squeeze that right glute, exhale lift. And then left foot comes down and we slowly lower. Let's just do a little windshield wiper of the knees. All right, then set up again, plant the feet, press down into the feet, lift the hips all the way up to the sky. Let's do this time, left foot into the center, right foot lifts up. You're welcome to stay here, or we'll inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, lift them up. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lift. Right foot comes down, and slowly peel the spine all the way back down. Great job, you guys. Draw your knees into your chest. We're going to start to make our way over to hands and knees. So take a nice big couple of rolls to get yourself there. And then as always, we'll start with our big hip circles. Just start to move around, feel everything out. Get some creaks and cracks out of the hips and the shoulders, and the knees. And eventually start to find yourself in the center, all fours. And if you'd like to play with the position of your fingers, then maybe try flipping the fingers back towards you and just changing the pressure through the wrists. And then we'll inhale, draw the heart forward for cow pose. Exhale, round cat. Take a few more like those. You can play with the direction of your hands. Just kind of checking in with what feels good, what feels right for you today. the hands back forward if they're back, and we're just going to do big hip hinges. So as you exhale, you'll sit back like you're going to child's pose, and then inhale, draw the hips up towards the wrists. And then try a couple more of those. And you can kind of move your hips in different directions, just a little bit of angle to it. Just trying to grease the groove of the hip joints. All right, and then the next time your hips come back, sit all the way to child's pose. Shift the hips to the right and walk your hands to the left. And then take a really big inhale, fill up the right lung. And exhale, soften a little more. One more full breath like that. And then walk the hands over to the right and sit the hips to the left. Same thing. Inhale, fill up the left lung. Soften into that. Take one more full breath. And then we'll walk the hands back forward and find downward facing dog when you're ready. Plant into the space between index finger and thumb, and then press into that space to send the chest back towards the thighs and with the tailbone up towards the sky. Do whatever you need to do here to start to warm it up. Bending one knee at a time, shifting hips, or just kind of breathing in stillness. And then from our downward dog, we're going to find a nice long plank hold. So when you're ready, shift forward into plank. Stacking the wrists right underneath the shoulders and hugging the belly up towards the spine. See if you can find a little engagement to the glutes. So if you slightly squeeze the glutes, you'll kind of feel the hips press forward, and that's going to help bring you into proper alignment. And then see if you can just start to fire up the breath a little bit more here. Nothing better to start to bring you present into your body than a nice long plank hold. We'll be here for 5, 4, keep breathing, last 3, 2, and 1. Shift the hips back, and then we're going to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. And just find a nice easy fold at the back of the mat. Whatever feels good here, you can sway side to side, you can clasp opposite elbows. Just about 3 full breaths. All right, and then slide your hands up to your shins. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then bend your knees and start to sink the hips back. And inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Stay in chair, and on your exhale, you're going to do like a big lat pull down. So elbows go wide, shoulder blades plug into the back. And then inhale, press into the feet, come to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Relax the shoulders. And then we'll sit the hips back. Inhale, sit low, chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Start to walk the hands back forward. We're coming to a down dog. And then we'll inhale, shift into plank. And on your exhale, drop your knees down, and then drop your chest and chin between your hands. You're going to use a little bit of back body strength to pull the chest through, so the arms end up kind of by your lower ribs. Untuck your toes, and then take your hands really wide. Find that same back body engagement and start to lift the head and the shoulders up, shoulders are down. And then exhale, twist the right shoulder into the middle. Yes, and then inhale, lift up, back through center. Exhale to the left. And then try that all one more time. Inhale to center, drop the shoulders. Exhale the right shoulder down. Inhale back to center. Exhale the left. Okay, and then we're going to come to center. See if you can keep that same opening across the chest. You're just going to slide your hands back next to your lower ribs, and then use that back body strength to press you up and back. Child's pose, 1 full breath in. Big exhale out. And let your inhale take you back up to all fours. And exhale to downward dog. And give us an extra breath to hang out in down dog before we start to move through a little bit more flow. All right, and then when you're ready, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or walk feet to hands, fold at the top of the mat. Slide hands to shins, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then bend your knees, sit low, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, elbows wide, sit a little lower. And then press into the feet, inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Back to chair pose, inhale. Straighten your legs, fold, exhale. Okay, hands to shins, once more, half lift. And then plant your hands, exhale, step the left foot back. Then on your inhale, you're just gonna press your elbows up to the sky, kind of like we're coming to a chaturanga. And as you exhale, push the palms back. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms forward, big reach. And then exhale, it's hands down, step back, down dog. Okay, right into the other side. We'll inhale the left leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, step your left foot all the way up between your hands. Inhale, we use the back body strength to pull the elbows up. And then exhale, it's just this little extension, push back. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Back to chair pose, breathe in. Arms wide, breathe out. Inhale to stand. Hands to heart center. Back through chair pose, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. We'll try that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, right foot steps back first. Inhale, press the elbows up. And then exhale, straighten the arms back. Reach overhead. Exhale, hands down, step it back. One breath in. And out. And then inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot through. Inhale, hug the elbows up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, reach, hug the belly in. Exhale, top of the mat, fold. Halfway lift. Release. And then sit low, reach up, chair pose. Elbows wide, sit lower. Inhale, rise up to stand. This time as you exhale, take your right hand down by your side and your left arm is going to reach over to the right. Get a little heavier through your left foot, take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then both arms up, get tall. Left hand down, exhale, reach to the left. Stay for your breath in. And your breath out. All right, one more inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sweep the arms back. Arms come forward, inhale. Straighten your legs, forward fold. Okay, halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step your left foot all the way back. This time, left hand stays on the mat. We'll inhale the right arm to the sky. On your exhale, reach that arm back a little bit more. And then inhale it overhead, big full body side stretch. Exhale, right hand down, right foot steps back, downward dog. Take a full breath in. Big breath out. And then right away, left leg reaches up. Exhale, step your left foot through. Inhale your left hand to the sky. Exhale, reach it back a little more. And then big reach, left arm all the way overhead. Inhale. Left hand down, step it forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise to stand. This time, Kali Mudra, so just your index finger reaches up, other hands interlace, and then exhale to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to center, get taller, go the tailbone down, and then to the left. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back up, release the hands. This time we'll exhale, just fold right down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. We're going to move from a low lunge to a half splits. So I'll ask you to bring the back knee down, and then we'll just kind of shift forward and back from here. If it's more comfortable to have your back knee lifted just because you're not on your knee, then feel free to keep it up. Right? Either way, we're going to kind of lift the chest through the arms as we inhale. And then big, long exhale to straighten the legs. Fold in. Try that out a few more times. So we worked a little heat through the body. You might start to feel the muscles in the joints find a little more freedom. And then when you're ready, lift the back knee if it's down, and we'll step back downward facing dog. And now reach your right leg up. Step your right foot between your hands. Same idea, inhale, lift the chest, little lunge. Exhale to that wide pyramid or your half splits. Inhale, shift it forward. Start to make this into a little bit of a moving meditation. See how present you can get with each tiny little piece. Got one more full breath. Make your way back into your lunge. And when you're ready, we'll step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Halfway lift. Release. And sit low, chair pose, inhale. Arms back, exhale, sit lower. Inhale, rise to stand. Kali Mudra, opposite finger on top. Exhale to the right. Back to center, breathe in. Exhale to the left. Release the hands, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, lengthen. Bend your hands, step your left foot back. Left knee's gonna come down. We're gonna send the hips forward, reach the arms up, and then clasp the opposite elbows behind your head. And you try to see if you can kind of lift your head back into your arms, and then hug your lower belly up and in, so you lift up the lower back just a little bit. We're finding a lot of length through side body, through the crown of the head, and then keeping that length, just start to tip it over to the right. Feel a little bit more stretch through left side body, left tricep. Breathe into that. Okay, and then come back to center. Lift the heart, let the head lean back. Hug inner thighs towards each other. One more breath. And then release the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, left leg to the sky. Step your left foot between your hands. Engage into the glutes as you send the hips forward, reach the arms up. And then see if you can find an opposite interlace so the other forearm comes in front. And then draw the navel in to lift up tall through sides of the waist. Keeping that length as best you can. We'll take it to the left this time. One more breath. Okay, as you come back to center, we'll lift up again, and then see if you can lean your head back a little more. Last inhale. And exhale, release the hands down, step it forward. We'll inhale to our half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit low, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, sweep the arms back, engage the shoulder blades. And then rise all the way up to stand. And release the hands, exhale over to the right. Back to center, breathe in. And to the left. Back to center, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step your right foot all the way back. Back knee comes down. This time we're just going to take one big inhale, sweep arms to the sky. And then exhale, step back, downward dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. right leg up. Exhale, step right foot between your hands, left knee comes down, just one big inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Sweep the arms back, exhale. And then rise to stand, breathe in, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Coming back to the stillness of this present moment. And notice if your feet feel evenly distributed. If they don't, open your eyes and just readjust to make yourself more grounded, more stable. And then from here, we're going to sit back into our chair pose again. Sink the hips back, reach the arms up. And right away, we're going to shift the weight into the right leg and pull the left heel into the left glute. Okay, take one hand to your belly and one hand to your lower back. So you feel your core working here. And we're going to kick into this back leg and feel the glute turn on and lift us into this supported warrior three. And see if you can reach your arms back and feel the shoulder blades engage on the back body, and that's going to help you lift as well. So we've got left glute, back foot, left leg, shoulder blades, arms reaching back, all helping to lift you. And then see if you can reach the arms forward and reach the left foot back a little more to counterbalance. You got it. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just really gently tap the left foot all the way down. And then inhale the arms up, crescent lunge. For this first one, we'll sit into it for a bit. So sink the back hip a little lower. If you want, you can even add the Kali Mudra, so index fingers reaching up and biceps hugging right by the ears. Scoop the shoulder blades underneath you a little bit. Lift through the center of the heart. Last big breath in. And exhale, hands down. This time we're going to step back to plank. And then if you'd like, through a vinyasa, if you want to skip it, to down dog. Any variation you choose. And then from downward dog, we'll bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot and then your left foot to the top. And halfway lift. And fold. And then sit low, reach up, chair pose. This time we're going to shift weight to the left leg and hug the right heel in. You want to take your hands to your belly and your lower back again, and just kind of feel your core turn on. So it's this hugging of the belly in. And then while we keep hugging the belly button in, we're going to engage through the right glute and kick that heel back. You'll know if you don't use the glute because you'll feel it dumping in the lower back and the belly will relax. So scoop the belly in, engage the right glute. And then reach the arms back, find that engagement through upper body. And then see if you can reach back through the heel a little bit more and reach the arms forward. It's this oppositional pull, and through it all, you're hugging that navel up towards the spine. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, just softly tap that right foot all the way down. And then inhale, sweep arms to the sky. Stay here if you want. Take the opposite interlace again, so other pinky on top. And then hug biceps right by the ears. Hold your breath here. Last big inhale. Ride your exhale back down to the mat through your vinyasa or straight to down dog. We're going to take an extra breath in our down dogs. And then we're going to try to go through that again, one breath per movement, so building a bit of flow. Again, you control the pace, you control your breath, so if you need to go slower or faster than me, feel free. Let's look forward, bend the knees, and then step left foot and then right foot to the top. Halfway lift. Fold. Okay, and then inhale to chair pose. Exhale, left glute, heel to glute, hands reach back. And then kick the left foot back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, land the left foot down. Sweep arms to sky, big breath in. And then hands to the mat, step it back, rinse it out. Vinyasa or not. And we'll take one breath together in down dog. And then look forward, inhale. Exhale to the top. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Sit low, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, right heel to glute, sweep the arms back. Kick the right heel back, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, right heel lowers. And then big inhale, sweep arms to sky. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. Move through that your way. One full breath in. Full breath out. And then look forward, inhale. To the top, exhale. Last time through, inhale, half lift. Release. And then inhale to chair. Sweep the arms back, the left heel draws in. Inhale, kick the hands forward, the left heel back. And then exhale, land the left toes down. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back. One more breath and down dog. And then look forward, breathe in. To the top, breathe out. Halfway lift. Fold. Sit low, reach up, chair pose. Right heel draws in, exhale. Inhale to your warrior three. Exhale, land the right heel. And then the last big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, take your vinyasa. And then from our down dog, we're going to shift into plank again, and then try to drop right into forearm plank. So your elbows are going to come right to where your wrists just were, and it's that same engagement. So squeeze the glutes a little bit to pull the hips forward, and then press into the forearms. You're welcome to stay here, or hug the belly in towards the spine, and pick the hips up, and then go on a little walk. So heels start to walk up towards the elbows, and then press into your forearms to move the chest back towards the thighs. Okay, you're welcome to stay here, or if you really want to build some heat, we'll shift the left leg into the middle and take the right leg to the sky. And we'll just hold here, unless you want to play with some kicks. For 3, 2. Okay, right foot comes down, and then left leg to the sky. Stay here, maybe do a little hop. Last 3, 2. Okay, left foot comes down, we're going to walk the feet back out. Hopefully those of you in plank are still with us. Navel towards spine, press the hips forward, hold here for 3. Last 2. And 1, sink the hips all the way down, pull the chest through the arms, little sphinx pose. Give your neck a second here, so just drop chin to chest. And then roll right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Give your hips a little wiggle, let them relax for a second. And then let your head come back up. So we're going to do a little bit of transverse abdominal work. That's those really deep core muscles that kind of like cinch everything in. Super good for your posture, for your stability, but a little bit hard to explain how this is going to work. So the idea is basically we're going to be flat on the mat with the hands behind the head, okay? And you're going to be lifting your head into the back of your hands and hugging your elbows down. And I don't want your hips to lift at all, but we're just going to pull the belly away from the mat. So it's that really deep core muscles that are going to lift the belly up. So hopefully you'll get this as we go through it. So come all the way onto the belly. And release the hands behind the head. Okay,
Okay, and then I want you to press into the elbows, press the back of the head into the hands, and then see if you can lift your belly away from the mat. And those really deep core muscles, and lift, 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 lift for 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let the belly come down, and then we're gonna lift the back of the shoulders up. So press the head into the back of the hands, lift the legs. So it's Shalabhasana with the back of the head pressing into the hands for 5, 4, 3, lift a little higher, 2, and then right back to the core work. So elbows come down, legs come down, and we're gonna hug the belly away from the mat for 5. A little more for 4, 3, lift it, 2, and then 1, let the belly come down. Release the hands, take them out to that gold pose shape, bend your knees. And we're gonna lift into Shalabhasana from here. So tuck the chin a little bit so the neck is long, and then lift everything up. Stay here or maybe pulse the feet up so you feel those glutes really turn on. For 3, for 2, and last one, we'll hold it up and release. Hands next to your lower ribs. Press yourself all the way back to child's pose. Maybe keep your knees together for this one and just let your spine stretch out. Couple nice deep breaths. If you want, shift your hips a little side to side, find some side body opening. Take about 2 more full breaths here. And then we're going to come up to all fours. So when you're ready, just kind of ease yourself on. Maybe a little cat-cow or shift of the hips side to side. Just kind of release the spine. There's a lot of forward and back work. And then we're going to keep the right knee underneath the right hip. Slide the left leg back and open it up into this modified side plank. We'll glue the left foot down and then take the left hand to the sky. And then, like we did in our Warrior 3, I want you to think about pulling the belly towards the spine, hugging it in, and then squeezing the glutes. So you'll feel the hips press forward a little bit as the belly draws in. Keep all that engagement, and then see if you can lift the back leg up. Yeah, and then stay here, maybe reach that left arm overhead, or if you want to go for a little quad stretch, bend the back leg, and see if you could catch your left foot with your left hand. But then notice if the belly spills out, see if you could hug the belly towards the spine, and really kick your foot into your hand to send the hips forward, lean the head back. 2 more breaths. All right, and then we'll all release the left hand all the way back down. Come right into downward dog. Now right leg to the sky on an inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. And then Warrior 2. So back heel spins down, spin the arms up and around. Take a few breaths to just arrive here. Settle in. Let's release the hands to the lower back, just interlace them together, and reach your knuckles down, broaden across the front of the chest. Keep bending into that front knee. Okay, keep it all the same. We're going to release the hands, and then take the right elbow over the left, either eagle arms or just give yourself a nice big hug. Keep sitting that right knee a little deeper. So you can almost like pull the shoulder blades apart here, so giving the upper body a little stretch. All right, then straighten your front leg, just open the arms up nice and wide. And then we're going to re-bend the right leg and fall into extended side angle. So right forearm finds the front thigh. Maybe we reach the left arm overhead, or maybe find a little half bind if that's cool with your shoulder. And then like we did when we were on our knee, hug the belly towards the spine. Press the hips forward. See if you can find that same engagement, that same stacking of the side body. Just breathe through 3, 2, and then slowly start to straighten the front leg. You might need to bring your hands down to the mat, or even heel toe this back foot in a little bit. Finding
half-bound triangle, regular triangle, triangle with the arm overhead. Whatever you want to be for 4 more full breaths. Okay, take one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to down dog or through vinyasa if you'd like one. Okay, and then we're going to come back to all fours and drop the left knee underneath the left hip. And extend the right leg back. So setting up for that modified side plank again. Make sure your joints are stacked. So left wrist underneath your left shoulder, right knee underneath your right hip. And then find that hugging of the belly towards the spine, that deep core engagement. Press the hips forward, engage the right glute. Lift that top leg when you're ready. And then either find the full side body extension or maybe the little modified Shavasana. Make your breath nice and easy. Okay, gently release that back foot if you have it. We'll take the right hand down and then come right back to downward dog. Left leg to the sky on an inhale. Step your left foot between your hands and climb up to warrior 2. Taking the first few breaths to just settle in. Feel your alignment. Feel your feet rooting you here, stabilizing you. And we'll interlace the hands to the lower back, opposite pinky on top this time. Reach down, open up across the chest. Okay, release. Think left elbow on top this time, eagle arms with a big soft hug. See if you can lift the elbows and feel the shoulder blades actually move apart from each other. Widen across the upper back. Okay, and then spread the arms open, straighten your front leg, just to give it a break. And then as we rebend, we'll come right into extended side angle. Try to keep that same variation of the arms you did on the first side. And then think about the alignment here, stacking of the joints, the engagement of the core. Use that all to help stabilize you here. Breathe a little easier. And then we're going to slide right into triangle. Keeping a tiny little bend in the front knee. Just about 4 breaths to explore this shape. Okay, last inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back through your vinyasa or come straight to down dog. From our downward dogs, we're going to inhale the right leg to the sky. This time just step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So it's going to go really wide. Bring your back knee down for a second. And then evaluate where you want to go from here. So if you're feeling good here, but you want to bring the torso a little closer to the mat, you can start by just bending the elbows or maybe dropping one forearm down. If you'd rather go for the quad stretch, you can swing this right hand back and see if you can reach that left foot behind you. Just a couple breaths to open up that left hip a little deeper. And then if you're holding holding on to your back foot, go ahead and release it. We're going to start to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. You straighten your front leg like you're coming to a really wide pyramid, but heel toe your feet to the center. So it's like you're on a tightrope and the feet are on one line. And then press into the right foot to draw the right hip crease back. Just fold here for a moment. Okay, and then we're going to keep the feet like this, but start to walk the hands to the right. And then we're eventually going to turn onto the outer edge of the feet, so the knees are going to cross. You're going to try to gently drop yourself all the way down to a little crossed seat. Okay, if this isn't working your body super well, then you can just find a cross-legged position. Otherwise, try to stack your knees as best you can, and then get heavy through the sits bones. Hang out here. If you want to add the upper body stretch, we'll take a right hand behind the head, left hand to right elbow, or finding the full bind. And just settle into this shape, settle into your breath. All right, gently release the hands. Shrug out the shoulders. So we're going to come back to the top of the mat by just shifting the weight into the right leg. So you're going to kind of turn yourself forward. Once your weight comes into the right leg, just kick that left foot up to the sky. You can bend your knee, you can find standing splits, anything that feels good. And then step your left foot back. If another vinyasa is calling to you, feel free to take it. Otherwise, just a couple of breaths in down dog to reset. And when you're ready, inhale your left leg up. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. We're going to come to that wide low lunge. When you're ready, sit your back knee down. And then whatever you did on the first side, dropping your elbows closer, or coming back to that quad stretch behind you. Just about 5 breaths in this shape. Start to walk back up to your hands. We're going to come into that pyramid shape again, so when you're ready, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then heel toe your feet so they're on one line, toe to heel. Straighten your front leg, draw the left hip crease back. Just fold here for a moment. And then we're going to start to turn it again. So this time hands come outside your left foot. And start to come onto the outer edge of your feet as your knees come forward. And use your hands to support you as you come all the way onto your seat. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. Let the hips just be heavy here. Rooting into the earth. If it feels good, just stay here. Otherwise, left hand behind your head. Hold on to the elbow or find the clasp. And if your shoulders are tight, this can be a place where you feel like you need to pull a lot to get into it, but try to resist that. Just to see how much softness you can find. Relax the top of the shoulders. Relax your jaw. Take one more full breath. And gently release the hands down. Give the shoulders a little rinse. And then we'll make our way back to the left foot. So climbing back to the top of the mat. Left foot plants down, kick that right leg up to the sky. Just a breath or two to do whatever feels good here. And then either stepping back through one final vinyasa or one last down dog. And then from our downward dogs, we're going to bring the knees down to the mat. So knees are underneath your hips, and then just walk your hands forward. One final shoulder stretch here. See if you could spin your triceps down. And then it's like you're trying to bring the backs of your arms down to the mat. Yeah, maybe forehead, maybe chin can rest on the mat. And we're just going to breathe here, trying to send the hips back. Body length through the side body. Really slowly start to peel yourself back up. And then flip over onto your backs, however you want to get there. We're going to move through one final bridge pose just to reset the spine, but nothing too crazy unless you're feeling really open and you want to go for a wheel. Otherwise, we're just going to walk the feet in nice and close. Press down through the feet, bring your hands next to your sides. Find that little pelvic tuck so tailbone reaches long, and then we lift hips to the sky. Just like 5 breaths here. Stretching out the front of the spine. Last inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Windshield wipe with the knees a little bit. And then you're going to cross your right knee all the way over your left knee. Like we're coming to the Gomukhasana legs again. And then just start to draw your knees into the chest. It might be enough to just hold on to the left knee, the one that's in front. If that doesn't give you enough of a stretch, reach down and find your feet. And then pull down, kind of like you've got bike handlebars. Okay, we want the head and the shoulders to be really heavy, really supported. So again, we're trying to let this be pretty passive. Not a lot of pulling, just softening. Letting gravity do the work. Maybe you allow your eyes to close and your awareness to drop inward. So while you still feel the connection between yourself and your mat, grounding you into this physical space, physical present moment, you're also checking in with yourself internally. How you feel mentally, energetically, spiritually, in the present moment as well. Without the need to add thought into that, just an awareness. Okay, go ahead and release your feet or your knees and shift your hips to the right just a little, and then let the knees fall to the left. Just a few breaths to wring it all out. Go Go ahead and start to unwind. Coming back to the center. Right across the left knee over the right. And then draw the knees in towards you. Softening into that outer hip stretch again. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. Let the awareness, the gaze can rest inward. Start to fall into the twist from here. You shift your hips to the left a little first. And as you feel ready, go ahead and unwind, make your way back to the center. Take any last little movements that are calling to you here. And then when you feel like your practice is complete, we'll find ourselves in Shavasana. Legs extended, arms extended, shoulder blades underneath you. When you feel comfortable, when you feel supported, allow your eyes to close, your awareness to drift inward once more. Give yourself the gift of these last few minutes here just to be in this present moment. We all have so many demands for our time and attention that we can feel like it's a waste to do this, what feels like nothing. But there is nothing that will make you more present for your own life, for the other people in your life, than carving out the time and space for this right here. So just be here and breathe. Alright, start to bring little movements back to fingers and toes. Returning your awareness to the room. And then maybe reach your arms up overhead. Give yourself one more big full body stretch. And then release that. Start to make your way up to a seat. As easily as you can. in our seat, you're going to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to the floor again. All right, so that connection to yourself, that connection to the earth. And offer up any little intention or prayer that comes up here. And if you don't think of anything, then just another moment to sit in stillness and just feel this connection. And we'll bring our hands together, thumbs at the third eye space, center of the forehead. We'll lift our hearts and bow to ourselves and each other. Namaste.